Wait, I'm sorry, what? Oh,
We're gonna go to Bill.
oh, I forgot this. Okay. Thank you. Out of order, but still, I recognize Mr. Bilirakis because.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate the recognition. Okay, Madam Chair, I know a lot has been said, and this is a great program, particularly for our hidden treasures. And I represent the Tampa Bay area, and we have many, many hidden treasures in the Tampa Bay area. I'm not going to go through all of them, but this is a wonderful program, particularly for entities, whether they're cities, counties, chambers, what have you, and they don't have a lot of money to advertise. And this is a great partnership. So I have a couple questions. Mr. Thompson and Ms. Barnes, is there any other program in the government that doesn't cost taxpayers a dime but provides 25-to-1 return on investment? And can you explain how Brand USA determines its success in this regard? It's a tough question, right? Yeah.
So, Congressman, thank you for your sponsorship of this bill and for all you've done for the state of Florida, my home state, and for what you're doing for Brand USA. I'm not in a position to speak to any other program and how they're funded and how it would compare to ours. All I can speak to is ours. We're very proud of our ROI study. You mentioned the 25-to-1 return on investment. That is consistent over the 6 years of our existence. It's verified by an outside third party with credibility. It measures our reach into markets across all of our marketing channels and our ability to influence the intent to travel to the United States. It's been consistent over the 6 years, and the numbers that have been well documented and articulated here is that it's resulted in the over 6 million incremental visitors over those 6 years and the collective spend of nearly $48 billion. So I would say that that has been the one consistent thing that I think we've been able to bring forward as our accountability to Congress, and the methodology. The entire study for the last year's ROI is included on the record and is available for you guys, for each and every one of you and your staff to be able to look at as far as the methodology and the end results.
I appreciate it very much. Again, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes, sir.
And we did put in, when we reauthorized 5 years ago, we put in further accountability measures, and we've improved the bill as well this year. So another softball here. Mr. Thompson and Ms. Barnes, your testimonies both discuss the urgency of reauthorizing Brand USA and extending its funding source. Can you elaborate on this and explain why we need to get this done this year as opposed to waiting until next year? And I know that's very important. It's critical.
Congressman, I'll take that one if you don't mind also.
Sure.
I emphasize that in my testimony, and the fact that destination remarketing requires at least a 12-year planning window, 12-month planning window. In many cases, it's 18 months.
Right.
Our success over these 6 years, documented by our ROI study, is our ability to go in and do the research necessary to qualify the markets, to qualify the opportunities, and to make sure that we're deploying the resources in the most efficient and effective way that we can do it. We're already inside the 12-month window for planning for 2021, much less the current fiscal year. So every month that goes by, it's compromising our ability to have an influence on this current fiscal year, and also compromising our ability to have the same influence we've had over the last 6 years in the following fiscal year. And that's not just for us, it's our partners here in the United States who also have their own planning cycles, and as important, our tour operators and our media companies that we work with in the markets that we're promoting in. They are also making decisions on where they're going to deploy their dollars and who they're going to promote. Without adequate planning time, we compromise our ability to be able to be as efficient and as effective as we've been in the past.
The bottom line is you need certainty. Ms. Barnes, do you want to add anything? Or?
Sure, I would just add that the certainty really is critical. I mean, this is not a typical government program. It can't be retroactively reinstated in a way that would allow Brand USA to continue the strong work that it does, as Mr. Thompson just noted. And I would also just highlight that, as I noted, if Brand USA were to go away, we would be one of the top 20 destinations, the only one that doesn't have a travel promotion marketing budget, and that would be really catastrophic from an economic perspective.
I agree. I have a couple more questions, but Madam Chair, in the interest of time, I'll submit them for the record, but I will encourage all members to please co-sponsor this bill. and also the people listening at home. This is really great for your economy, and encourage your member. Please encourage your member to co-sponsor the bill and support the bill. Thank you, and I yield back, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
The gentleman yields back.